Israel has resumed its genocidal war against the Palestinians in Gaza after launching a wave of deadly airstrikes overnight. The attacks massacred over 400 people and wounded over 550, with most of the victims being women and children. An unknown number of people are also buried under the rubble. Reporters on the ground say most of the attacks hit heavily built-up neighborhoods, makeshift schools, and residential buildings where people were taking shelter. Israel's attacks hit all over Gaza, including Khan Yunis and Rafah in the south, Gaza City in the north, and central areas like Deir al-Balah, meaning that no one was safe. And soon after the attacks, Israel ordered the evacuation of various neighborhoods all across Gaza, just weeks after these civilians were allowed to return home. Israel's attacks marked the total collapse of the 2-month ceasefire agreed back in January, which Israel had already violated multiple times beforehand. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said he ordered the attacks because of the lack of progress in talks to extend the ceasefire and secure the release of the remaining captives. But the real reason talks had stalled was because Netanyahu himself refused to begin negotiations on phase 2 of the ceasefire agreement back in February, as originally agreed, and many analysts and observers had correctly predicted that this was the plan all along. To go back to war and genocide after phase 1, just so Netanyahu can stay in power, even if it means massacring more Palestinians and not getting back the remaining Israeli captives. And it seems that Israel is not going to stop here. It's planning to escalate its attacks, not just in Gaza, but in the wider region. As a reminder, Israel is still bombing Lebanon and Syria, and is launching violent raids in the occupied West Bank. And Yemen was also recently attacked by the US after the Houthis reimposed a naval blockade against Israel in support of the Palestinians. And so an escalation is likely to happen there as well. And Iran is also reportedly next on the US and Israel's hit list. All of this in the name of security and self-defense. Overall, after a brief period of relative calm and some tiny hope for peace, Israel has unilaterally decided that war and genocide is more in its interest than peace. Expect the situation to get even worse in the coming days and weeks.